Hey folks, it's Greg Rice. We're here at Nexus Property Management's headquarters in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And right now I want to talk about something that we don't get to talk about enough. And that is, are you qualified to own and operate a rental property? Now, a lot of people that I come across, they think buying a property is something like putting a deposit in the bank account, like a certificate of deposit. I'm going to put in my money and I'm going to get my return. Well, it's not that simple. It's actually one of the most complicated investments that you can ever do, but it's also one of the most profitable investments when it's done right. So what I'm going to do now is help you decide on whether or not you are ready to become a property owner. I'm going to go over the 3 benefits as well as the 3 cons, in my opinion. Okay, so these are the 3 most in each category. Now let's start with the positives. When you have a rental property, the number one thing you get is passive income. Okay, you're getting those rent checks each and every month, if you're lucky. But in a perfect scenario, yes, everybody's paying on time. You're getting those checks on the first of the month and you're depositing those. Life is great. Now, there's not many other investments or professions that guarantees you passive income without physically being there. Think about that. You're not there, but the money is still coming. You're still providing a service. You're providing a dwelling, okay? Now, the second thing is the tax incentives are outstanding. It's incredible, and I've gone over this in other videos, but really, you're deducting everything except your principal mortgage payment. So all of that interest you paid, all of those taxes, your insurance, your water bill, your sewer bill, your leasing fees, your property management fees, your maintenance repairs, all of these things that you're using and doing to improve the property, in reality, the government says is a loss to you, which is great because it decreases your taxable income. So at the end of the year, you may have collected $50,000 on that rental property, but maybe only $10,000 of it is actually taxable. That happens. And that's one of the extreme upsides of being in this business. There are a lot of write-offs, okay? Now the third thing here, and this can go either way, but you have incredible leverage and flexibility. If you buy a property and in 5 years it appreciates $100,000, that equity is now yours and you can tap into it, whether you refinance or sell the property. You can access it in multiple ways, and that's huge. You're improving that asset. You have a management company, I hope. You're fixing things, you're cleaning things, you're upgrading things, and in turn, the market, just like inflation, is going up with you. So really, you can knock this out of the park if you're able to handle it. Now, let's talk about the cons. The number one thing, your biggest arch enemy, is a turnover. So when a tenant leaves, that's costing you money, and it's thousands. Okay, think about it. Your tenant, maybe they pay $1,000 a month and they leave. So you're already out 1 month's rent as soon as they leave. Then you have to repair. You have to paint. You have to upgrade as necessary. Fix whatever it is. You're spending a lot of money, especially when it comes to labor, on those turnovers. And we've seen them cheap, a couple $100, and I've also seen them at 5 figures. 10,000, 12,000, depending on what's to be done. So there goes a year's rent just in one turnover if things are bad. So you need to consider that. Are you able to handle those turnovers, or are you willing to pay for them? And then don't forget, you have to pay the rental agent to find you a new tenant once it's all said and done. So there's a lot of expenses and a lot of downtime with those turnovers. The second thing, also a segue here, is that you have maintenance. You're going to have hot water heaters go. Okay? Maybe a fan breaks. Maybe a door comes off the hinge. whatever it is, you're going to have to be able to fix it and respond quickly. Can you do that? You can't let things drag on. You can't leave a tenant without heat for a whole week or even more than a day. Okay, can you commit to being able to fix things that quick? And also promise yourself and the tenants that you actually have the skills to do it. If not, you're going to have to hire somebody. Now, the third thing is management. A lot of people like to trim this off their balance sheet because they say, hey, I don't need a manager. I can do it myself and save the 8%. But really, are you saving the 8% when you're not professional, you're not responsive, you don't know how to fix things and manage things properly, and you don't know how to communicate with people, your tenants? Now, when you suffer in these areas, that's going to trickle down to your bottom line. But if you have a manager like Nexus that's on the ball each and every day, your tenants are going to be happy, they're going to pay on time, they're going to keep the property in good repair, and when things break, we're going to know about it quickly and efficiently. So don't neglect management. Either do it well or hire a manager. You can't just forget about it because it exists. Just like any relationship, you have to manage it. Okay? So these have been the 3 pros of owning property and the 3 cons. Can you handle it? Can you do it? If not, keep walking. But if you can, and if you're up to the challenge, do it. It'll be the best investment that you will ever make in your entire life. And I can promise you that because I've done it. We've all done it. We know what it's like, and we know it's the best way to your financial freedom. That's it. It's not in a restaurant. It's not in a clothing line. The money is in real estate. Okay? Any questions? Let us know. This is Gregory. We're here at Nexus Property Management. Your property managed.